Hi everyone, and welcome back to First the Coffee Crochet. In this tutorial we're going to go over how to make the Cloudy Days dish towel pattern. This is a pretty easy pattern to make. The only stitches that you need to know how to do are the single crochet and half double crochet stitch. The pattern is in US terms, and initial chains at the start of the row do not count as a stitch. If you want to change the width, the initial chain just needs to be a multiple of 3 plus 1. And if you want to change the height, you just need to adjust the amount of times you do the repeat rows. The finished size of the towel, as the pattern's written, is 13 inches wide by 16 inches tall. To make this dish towel, you'll need a total of 225 yards of a number 4 medium weight cotton yarn. If you want to use two colors, you would need about 195 yards for the first color and about 30 yards for the second color. The yarn that I am using in this tutorial is the Big Twist cotton, and it's an 85% cotton and 15% polyester. It's pretty comparable to the Loops and Threads Eco Cotton that Michaels used to have. You'll also need a 5mm crochet hook. Stitch markers are optional, a yarn needle to weave in your ends, and a pair of scissors. So if you're using two colors for this towel and you wanted it to look like the model picture that had the two tones, rows 1 through 7 would be color A, rows 8 through 10 would be for color B. You would switch back to color A for rows 11 through 42. Rows 43 through 45 would be color B, and then back to color A for rows 46 through 52. This pattern is made to go with the Cloudy Days dishcloth pattern, and I'll leave a link for that in the description down below. And as always, there is a written pattern for this available on my website, and I will also leave a link for that down in the description below. And there are other dish towels on the site too if you like to make crochet dish towels for a market or just for your home. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to start out, we're going to create our slip knot. For our foundation chain, we're going to make a chain of 52. So once you have your foundation chain, for row 1, we're just going to be doing single crochets all the way across. And we'll be starting in the second chain from the hook. So you're just going to insert your hook, yarn over and pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook. And just do that in each chain all the way down your row. For row 2, we're going to start going into doing the tiny cloud stitch, and we're going to continue this as a repeat row up through row 7. So for these rows, rows 2 through 7, we're going to chain 1 at the beginning of the row. We're going to turn our work, and in this first stitch, we're going to do 2 half double crochet stitches. So you'll yarn over your hook, insert your hook into the stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. It'll give you 3 loops on your hook, and you're just going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Now we're going to do a second half double crochet into that same stitch. Then we're going to skip 1 stitch here, and in the following stitch we're going to do a single crochet. And that's the repeat that you do throughout the row. Is in your next stitch, do 2 half double crochets, skip 1 stitch, and then in the following stitch do a single crochet. So just repeat this all the way across the row, 2 half double crochets, skip a stitch, and then a single crochet. So at the end of these rows, your last stitch of the row should be a single crochet. So you'll just repeat that same row all the way up through row 7. So again, at the beginning of them, you chain 1, you turn, in the first stitch do 2 half double crochets, skip the next stitch, and in the following do a single crochet. Just repeat that all the way across each of the rows, all the way up through row 7. So after you finish row 7, if you were doing the two-tone towel, then this would be where you change your color to color B, and that will be for rows 8, 9, and 10. And for these next 3 rows, we're going to do half double crochets in each stitch. So for these rows, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work, and then starting in that first stitch, and for each stitch all the way across, we're just going to do a half double crochet stitch. And just continue this up through row 10. Okay, so after you've completed row 10 and you have the 3 rows of half double crochets, for rows 11 through 42, we're going to go back into doing the tiny cloud stitch. And for these rows, if you're doing the two-tone towel, this is where you'd want to switch back to your first color. So for rows 11 through 42, to start off, you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to turn your work. And then starting in that first stitch, you're going to do 2 half double crochets. Skip 1 stitch, and then do a single crochet in the following stitch. So you'll just do this all the way across the row, 2 half double crochets, skip a stitch, then a single crochet. And repeat this all the way up through row 42. You can go ahead and pause the video and I'll meet you back here at the end of row 42. So once you're at the end of row 42, for rows 43, 44, and 45, we're going to go back into doing the half double crochet all the way across. And if you're doing the two-tone towel, this is where you would switch back to your color B. So for these rows, like before, we're just going to chain 1, turn our work, and then starting in that first stitch, we're going to do a half double crochet. Then you're just going to do a half double crochet all the way across the row in each stitch. Okay, so once you've completed row 45 and you have 3 rows of the half double crochet, for rows 46 through 51, we're going to go back to doing the tiny cloud stitch. And if you're doing the two-tone towel, this is where you'd want to change your color back to color A, starting for row 46. So again, to do these rows, you're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And in that first stitch, you're going to do 2 half double crochets. You skip a stitch and do 1 single crochet in the following stitch. And you just repeat that. In the next stitch, do 2 half double crochets, skip 1 stitch, and then do 1 single crochet. You just repeat that all the way across the row, and you'll continue this up through row 51. So rows 46 through 51, you're back to doing the tiny cloud stitch. Okay, so after finishing row 51, for row 52, it's going to be the last row of the towel. And for that row, we're just going to be doing single crochet stitches. For this row, you'll chain 1, turn your work, and then starting in this first stitch, you're going to just do a single crochet, and then just do a single crochet in each stitch all the way across. Once you're done with row 52, you can go ahead and fasten off and weave in your ends, and enjoy your new dish towel. Thanks for watching. And if you like these tutorials, go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can be notified as new ones come out.